Hi everyone, and welcome to this video. Today we'll be using Exalate to synchronize issues between a Jira Cloud instance and an Azure DevOps instance. Now the use case is very customized, so let's have a quick look at what we're going to do today. So the use case is that when an epic is created on the Jira side, this would translate into a feature on the Azure DevOps end. So the epic gets created as a feature. But an additional requirement here is that all such features which arrive from Jira would all be filed under a placeholder epic, which is already present in Azure DevOps. So any such epics would start getting linked to the parent epic in Azure DevOps. In addition to that, when some child stories are created within the Jira epic, they would map as tasks to Azure DevOps. And obviously they should link up to the correct feature corresponding to the epic on the Jira side. Lastly, if we have issue links, specifically the relates to issue link on Jira, that should map to the correct issue link on the Azure DevOps side. And obviously this will be all done while maintaining a bi-directional sync between the two systems. Any updates on either end should reflect back. So let's take a look at how we're going to achieve this. Right, so let's start by creating an epic on the Jira end. Right, so as soon as that is created, Exalate should pick this up and try to create a counterpart feature on the Azure DevOps side. Now you can obviously check it on the Azure side, but you have this nice little Exalate panel which would give you a link to the issue that is created. So it's created this feature on the Azure DevOps side, and the feature is already linked to a Jira placeholder epic, which I was talking about earlier. Right. The next step to do would be to create some child stories in the Jira epic. Let's say we have these 3 child issues created within the Jira epic. Again, Exalate should pick these up and automatically start sending them to the Azure DevOps side. And these get created as tasks, which automatically get linked to the correct feature. So this came over as a task, and obviously the parent-child hierarchy is maintained out here. The bidirectional sync obviously works. So any updates from either end really on any of these tickets. So this was on the main feature. And now let's add something to the body parts. So these should all sync back to their correct respective tickets. So the main comment on the epic should come over. And the other one I made was on body parts. So that should also sync over to the body parts ticket. And this obviously works bidirectionally. Right, this should go over to the body parts ticket. Right, so my thing came over. Right, and the last part of this was that if we have just an independent issue created, let's say we create a story for the main body material. So it's 1233, and if we link that to the body parts issue using the relates to, now this link should carry over as well to the other side. So firstly, this main body parts material should be created already. Let's take a look. So yeah, it seems to be created 9847. And then in addition to that, there should be a link, right? So I'm on the body parts ticket. Now this gets linked as a related link to the main body material ticket, which I was speaking about. And then obviously you have the hierarchy going back to the parent, which was the main feature here. Right, so that's basically the entire workflow from the Jira side to the Azure DevOps side. In addition to that, the status sync and the basic things all work. So if I now go to the main epic, so the main epic, let's change the statuses to done. Let's say that all the child issues are done. Now, if I come into my main feature, all these tickets which are currently in new status should go into the done status, the closed status, basically. So yeah, so Azure does not have a done status, so we've mapped it to closed. Cool. So now let's take a very quick look at how this would work the other way around. So what I mean is that if I create a feature out here in Azure DevOps, so let's say feature from ADO. Now this should be picked up and sent over to the Jira side, but this time created as an epic to maintain that hierarchical link. Right, so this came over as an epic. Now let's start adding some stuff to this. So let's say we create a couple of stories. Sorry, there's going to be tasks out here. They'll be converted as stories to when it goes over. Right, so I'm adding a parent link to the feature. Right, so that's my task 1. And now let's create a task 2 really quickly. And obviously this should all go to the correct epic in Jira. Right, so that should be it. Rather than wait out here, let's just go to the main feature or the main epic that was created in Jira, and let's see what's going on. My link hasn't arrived yet. Okay. So, okay, sync now. Right, so my task 2 is synced. There might be a problem with task 1. We'll just take a quick look. It doesn't seem to have been picked up by my trigger for some reason, so we'll just manually send it over. I might have missed a field which was there for the automation. And so, right, as soon as this arrives on the Jira side, it would hook itself up to the correct epic out here. Yeah, as expected. And obviously this all works bi-directionally. Same as before already. So if I change these statuses to anything, these should all sync over to the ATO side. So my comment and the 2 status updates are what I expect on my main feature. So let's go to the feature. So my comment has arrived, and yes, sure enough, my tasks are closed. So I'll add all the code snippets used to achieve this. Hopefully this was useful for you. Thank you. Bye-bye.